Welcome back to the channel, my anime scholars. What's going on, peeps? So, we got a good one today. We're covering Maki Zen'in because we absolutely gotta cover Maki, alright? You knew it was a matter of time until we covered Maki because we're covering all the students, one by one at some point, here and there because we're still doing ranked and explained videos as well. So, let's get into Maki Zen'in. Like, subscribe, comment, you know the gist. So, starting off with, we got to talk about the beef. We got to talk about the beef that she has with the Zen'in clan. Because, mind you, these people are the only reason she has not been promoted, alright? I am recently, either before or after this video, there's a video of me discussing what grades the students should be at JJK Tokyo High, what their actual grade should be by the end of season 1, because Gojo requested all of them to get promoted to grade 1. However, I disagree with that decision, and I'll explain why in that video. However, that's not this video. So anyways, she's currently a grade 4, right? Don't think she should be that, but she's currently a grade 4 sorcerer. So that's number one. They will not allow Maki to move forward with that, with getting promoted. And you want to know why? You really want to know why? It's over something that she can't even control, right? She's born into the Zen'in clan. One thing she can't control. Second thing she can't control, how much cursed energy that she has. You want to know why she can't control that? Because most sorcerers, like if you have some like sadness or whatever in your life, then yeah, sure, you could boost your cursed energy pool. Or you could do some binding vows like most people, like Nanami does with his binding vow that he only restricts himself to what, like 80% or 90% of his strength for the total day. And then after 5 p.m., if he's still, battling, then he gets 110 or 20%. It's been a while since I got my Nanami lore down, but something like that, right? Even sorcerers could do that, right? You know what Maki can do? Nothing. You want to know why? Because she is born as a twin. Being born as a twin, cursed energy doesn't recognize you as two individuals. It recognizes you as one individual. So Maki, born as a twin, has the heavenly restriction portion where she has the innate physical strength and all that, while Mai has the cursed energy, and that's why she has a cursed technique, construction, which in the Mai video I'll talk about construction because it's one of the most broken cursed techniques ever created. Absolutely no arguments whatsoever there. I probably would argue that we do see a better construction user. However, even then, it's not to the degree that it should be, in my opinion. Alright, so the Zen'in clan hate her because of the fact that she's a twin. Her dad is, I think, either the leader of the Zen'in. No, because that was not Obito. So her dad is basically like a higher up in the Zen'in clan, pretty high ranking. And because of that, he's very pissed off that his daughters are so weak and that they were born as twins because of the cursed energy. It's kind of like a mockery to him at his status. So he treats them very poorly. This whole Zen'in clan treats them very poorly. And it's like a known thing where like women are treated poorly in the Zen'in clan. Men born with low cursed pools of energy are like basically subjugated to the Zen'in clan, like police force basically. So it's basically a very strict hierarchy. And yeah, if you're not an Obito or related to Maki's dad and like their whole clique, then like it's just not gonna, like, I mean, I guess they're all related, but you know what I mean. Like if you're not like part of that like higher up clique, then you're not much in the Zen'in clan. And that's why Maki wanted to leave the Zen'in clan, and Mai was like, yo, why can't you just be happy as a servant girl in here? And she's like, bro, because we deserve so much more. What are you talking about? And I get it. I wouldn't want to be in Maki's position. I would leave too. So I get it. And Mai, she just wanted to be happy with his sister. So she kind of resented her for leaving her in those situations and in that in basically that life where, hey, now that you left, things got so much harder on me. Why is that like fair, to me? Like that shouldn't be like the case, but like it just like ended up being a thing. And then Maki and Mai reconciled at some point, but that point was basically the point where Mai was no longer with us, so it really did not work out for her in general. That being said, when a twin passes on, something happens. That person's gone. The other person normally would get all the cursed energy. However, since Maki had a heavenly restriction, all the cursed energy left with Mai, and then Maki's heavenly restriction fully manifested, which means she became Toji. she basically became an exact copy of Toji at that point. You're probably wondering now, like, okay, since she like has like a partial heavenly restriction for most of the show, and she has a full heavenly restriction for after season 3, like basically the start of season 3. Like they're gonna pick up right at that point where they're showing Maki versus the Zen'in clan. That's basically where we pick up in season 3. So the feats that Maki has are insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. Whether it was before with a partial heavenly restriction, she was able to go up against Gato on a one-on-one, and she didn't win. However, she was able to go up against him and survive that altercation. Now whether he was trying fully or not, I mean, like that's up to you to decide. But she's basically a copy of Toji, just a partial one. So like for him to hold back, I mean, I don't think he would, but he probably did. The other thing was that fact that she, in the Goodwill event, she showed her innate talent, just being able to go one-on-one with Miwa. She had completely outsmarted Miwa. She beat her in hand-to-hand combat. She was able to unarm Miwa, where her whole kit is having that katana and doing quick draw. That was impressive. Then she also went one-on-one with her sister Mai, and not only did she react to a speeding bullet, like basically at point blank, and caught it, because I don't remember, I think this bullet, the one that she used construction on, I'm pretty sure that's the one that she caught, because she caught one in her hand and she cut one in half. I think the sixth bullet, because she was firing, so Mai is smart, she fires from a revolver, because most people don't know each other's curse techniques, so then they try to keep it a secret. So then she uses construction to create a single bullet, right? And so she's able to fire one more shot. So in a 6-chamber revolver, she's able to fire off 7 shots, and thus the opponent would not think that another one was coming. So if she timed it correctly, like she did with Maki, then it would be a point blank shot. However, Maki's fast enough to react even with a partial heavenly restriction, and she's so reinforced that she was able to catch it in midair. Again, I don't know if it was the point blank one or not, but I'm pretty sure it was, because why else would she catch it and not just slash it? So that being said, with a partial heavenly restriction, she was also able to go up against Dagon. And mind you, obviously the grade 1 sorcerers were holding most of the weight when it came to the Dagon fight. However, Maki was still able to take a kick from Dagon that Dagon thought would have taken her out in one blow, but it didn't. So she's extremely durable, that she was able to take on a fully manifested special grade curse spirit in Dagon in his domain, mind you, where again, domain expansions amp you up. So if he's 100%, he's probably 110, 120% at this point inside of his domain expansion, and he hit her point blank and she was able to survive. So take that however you want it, but I'm gonna take that as Maki's super durable. But enough about the fact that she has a partial heavenly restriction. Let's talk about what happened right after the Dagon fight, which is Jogo burning her alive, which she survived, mind you, with some burns that basically made her hair short and covered her in like burns, but like it looks good. The character design looks really good for moving forward. But her heavenly restriction fully manifests after Mai passes on, which again happens at the start of season 3, and then Maki in a situation where, hey, I am fully manifested now, and guess what? Mai, she did the solid of solids. She used all of her curse energy that she had left to create the split soul katana for Maki, an exact replica with the exact same curse technique imbued into it. So Maki now has a signature weapon, the split soul katana, and guess what? She massacres the entire Zen'in clan. I'm talking all of them. I'm talking her dad. I'm pretty sure she cut his head down vertically. I'm talking about her dad. I'm talking about her mom. I'm talking about her uncles. I'm talking about everybody. The police force, every single last member of the Zen'in clan, she wiped out. There is no Zen'in clan left. And there wholeheartedly, I think, was her, Megami, and I want to say one more person, but I'm blanking on them. But yeah, that was it. So she wiped them out, and honestly, I gotta be real with you, she did it with ease. She did it with absolute ease. So in the anime, when they show that portion, I gotta tell you right now, it's gonna be a massacre. Moving forward, then she also was able to go one-on-one with, you know, the king of curse spirits himself, Sukuna. That's more towards the end of the series. She did go one on one with him. She was actually the only person who gave Sukuna anything that he had to show proof of like his worth, basically, because he always thought like, oh, sorcerer versus sorcerer, like I'm always gonna win, right? But versus her, he was like, yo, you completely threw out the world of jujutsu, and you said I don't need cursed energy in order to win, and you solely rely on physical strength and the flesh and the bones and the body, right? And he was like, no, this is exciting because I'm all about cursed energy and how it is the power source of like everything, right? And you're all about the physical aspect of the human body, right? And so he was like, I gotta show out, like I really do. I gotta say that cursed energy beats physical strength. And he did win that fight versus her. He actually hit her with not just one but two black flashes, because that's how hyped he got during that fight with her. And nobody else made him get that excited, honestly. So Maki survived both of those blows, mind you. So Maki, I gotta tell you, man, like I don't think she came back after the second blow. I think she was actually down for the count, recovering. But the fact that you were able to take not just one but two, when most people, I think he delivered four black flashes, and the other people who he delivered the black flashes to, I'm pretty sure were like wiped out pretty much for the rest of the fight. They were like not dead, but like also not in a great spot. So good job on you, Maki, for not just taking one but two. Awesome work. She basically was supposed to be the surprise attack on Sukuna after his fight with Yuta, and she did her job. She did her job well, because she was able to not just speed blitz Sukuna, but she also was able to penetrate his heart with her split soul katana, and he had to forcibly pump his own heart with cursed energy. Can you believe that? My man was keeping himself alive by pumping his own heart with cursed energy, because she absolutely split that thing up. So insane work from Maki. But if you just want to talk about like her cursed tools and her cursed weaponry, I gotta tell you right now that like pre heavenly restriction, well, I guess partial heavenly restriction Maki, I mean, she used spears. She used like long spears. She used katanas. She used conventional weaponry like wooden staffs and whatnot. She used her glasses that could see cursed spirits, but she couldn't see them naturally, and that's actually the minimal requirement to become a jujutsu sorcerer, is to be able to see cursed spirits. So she had to wear glasses to become a jujutsu sorcerer. She also used Megami like basically a storage kit, either him or Panda, and they kept all her cursed tools and cursed well, no, she didn't have any cursed objects, so cursed tools basically on them. And then she also used Playful Cloud. She used it really well, actually. Megami actually struggled to use it, but she was actually able to use it very proficiently. After the second season, after the Shibuya incident, she picked up Dragon Bone from Juzo, the guy who Gojo basically crippled, who made the hand sword for that one dude, blonde dude. Yeah, Dragon Bone is basically a sword, a one-sided sword that has like thrusters on the other side, and that those thrusters basically release cursed energy and acts on the person's will in order to, slash down, obviously with thrusters, which means like it's gonna slash down way harder than a normal sword, regardless of the physical strength of the person. And then obviously she has the split soul katana now, which again her sister made for her. So yeah, Maki is that GOAT. She honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, by the end of the series, she's basically a special grade all on her own. She's insanely powerful by the end of the series, and again, like these are some of her feats: being able to take on Sukuna's black flashes, being able to blitz him. I know it was a surprise feat, but she still blitzed him. He didn't react. He was able to react to a last minute purple from Gojo, but he couldn't react to her, hitting him with katana. And then he also complimented the fact of their little plan, because it actually caught him off guard. Again, she was able to take out the entire Zen'in clan, which are seasoned veteran, like special grade 1 sorcerers. Not special grade, but like special grade 1s, which means like they're grade 1s, but they're seasoned vets. They're pretty strong. They're not your average grade 1 sorcerer. Yeah, she was extremely intelligent. She basically like held it down during the Goodwill event. I would say that she was basically the MVP during that event, until obviously the Hanami action happened. Also, another feat that she actually had was the fact that she was able to beat Naoya, who was supposed to be the head of the Zen'in clan after Naobito, his father, passed on. And Naoya had the same exact kit as Naobito. So the guy who beat Dagon down, imagine a younger, faster version of that going up against Maki, right? And then imagine that same guy becoming a cursed spirit and then going up against Maki again and then being shocked when he uses domain expansion on her. And guess what? Because she has a heavenly restriction, it doesn't matter, because heavenly restriction means that you're basically in a object inside of a domain expansion. So one, she could enter and leave the domain with no repercussions, and two, sure hit effects don't affect her because she doesn't have any cursed energy to be targeted. So she was easily able to best him inside his own domain expansion as a cursed spirit, which is insane because he was showing insane feats of speed, and she was able to keep up with those insane feats of speed. At least as a human, when he turned into a cursed spirit, it was a little bit harder, but she eventually got it down. And then yeah, towards the end of the series, when like you look at the manga panels that Gege released that were like unofficial but like official, you see her, I think it was the grandkids. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you see the grandkids like 70 years later or something like that. And they basically look just like Yuta and Maki's kid would. So you already know that Yuta and Maki actually got together and got married. And we know that Yuta became the head of the Gojo clan. And I think Fushiguro remained the head of the Zen'in clan, or either that or Maki probably took it over. I have to reread it to find out, but I'm pretty sure that Maki probably took it over in all honesty, because Fushiguro did not want that title. Yeah, that's pretty much Maki in a nutshell from start to the end of the series. And hopefully when we get a spinoff, if we get a spinoff, then we get more, or hopefully we get some anime only content, because I mean, like, if it fleshes out more of the lore, then I'm with it, you know. But if you like the video, go ahead and subscribe, hit the noti bell, and then leave a comment. Let's have a conversation. But I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.